Hi, this is Aaron again with Diversity Coders. We're going to take a look at another aspect of Routerbout, and the process we're going to look at in this video is the Routerbout Task Manager. The Task Manager is a background process. It sends alerts to users when items are moved from one location to another. It also checks to make sure it also checks to see if an item has been accepted within the allotted time. So as we can see when we look at location admin, we can see, for instance, that in order prep, notifications are set to yes, and alert minutes is set to 30. So the function of the task manager background process is that whenever an item is routed to order prep, it will send email alerts, email notifications to the users that we have defined for our alerts and notifications. So for instance, if an item was routed to order prep, then the task manager program will look up this user's email address and send a notification. Likewise, another function of the task manager background process is to routinely check to see if the allotted time has passed without the item being accepted into the new location. So again, if an item was moved into order prep, but it was not accepted within 30 minutes, then the task manager will send an email alert to the individuals that we have configured as people to be notified for this location. So anyone on this notification list will receive a email. As administrator, you notice that email alerts are not going out, the notifications are not going out after items have been moved to a location. And maybe you notice also that alerts are not going out as well. So the first thing you actually may want to do is just make sure that you have the notify turned on for the location, and if it's one where you want to add on follow-on alerts if the item is not accepted, then of course you would enter it also. But if all of that checks out okay, the next thing you will want to do is check the status of the Taskmaster process. And that's very simple. We just want to type in check after your Routerbout domain name and enter. And it'll take 5 seconds to check the Taskmaster status. And we can see that the Taskmaster is down, meaning that the background process is not not currently running. We can see in the log down here that at 2:24 a.m. There was a request by user K. Filson, that's the current user, attempted to stop the Routerbout Taskmaster, and obviously that request was successful, and that's why Taskmaster is not running currently. If we find that Taskmaster is not currently running, we can get it running back up again, and all we need to do is just type start after the domain name, and it'll take 10 seconds for Taskmaster background process to start. And the attempt has completed, and once again we're checking the status of Taskmaster, and we can see now that Taskmaster is currently running. So this shows the uptime. This one is not does not mean that Taskmaster has been running for instance 1 day and 6 seconds. This one means that it's the first day, and 6 seconds has elapsed on the first day. The error count logs any type of error After a certain amount of errors, the Taskmaster process will restart automatically. And also, it'll send out email notifications to administrators. We can see here that Taskmaster's server name. This is the actual instance that the Taskmaster background process is running on. This is the database host address. This is the port that Taskmaster is listening on. And this is the database server host port. Pending task indicates it typically indicates the number of follow-on alerts that are pending. So for instance, as I spoke earlier about if we move the part into order prep, if that part has not been accepted, then Taskmaster is waiting for the elapsed time before sending an email. So if we had moved an item and it had not yet been accepted into that location, then you would see a pending task of 1 or however many pending alerts there are actually in the system. The check count is just the number of times we've checked. And I can go ahead and enter that again to check the status. So this is the number of times that Taskmaster has checked for pending tasks. And the last time that it checked, it was today on the 22nd at 5:33:58. You can see it's 5:36:40. And this is delayed by 5 minutes. The update status here is all delayed by 5 minutes. And that's because the Taskmaster is checking every 5 minutes to see if there are any pending alerts that need to go out. Notifications, there's no delay, it'll go out immediately. But if there's a follow-on alert, Taskmaster checks every 5 minutes. So that's start. Now let's say we want to stop Taskmaster process for whatever reason. Well, we just type stop. And again, we need to wait 20 seconds. There are a number of steps that the Taskmaster is taking as it shuts down. One of those tasks is to send an email alert, email message to administrators that the Taskmaster process is shutting down. Okay, and once again, after it attempts to stop Taskmaster process, it then performs a check, and we can see now that Taskmaster status is indeed down. We can look at the log and we can see that the request, we had just made the request at 5:37. It's 5:38 right now, and it is logged. The Taskmaster did log it as a request by user Kate Filson to stop the Routerbout Taskmaster process. So that's it. You know, if you or anyone else were to perform a check again, it would show that the Taskmaster process is indeed down, and it's basically the same thing that we just saw on at the end of the stop screen. So that's it for the Taskmaster. Thank you for watching.